I often have people come to me and tell me that they'd love to be a marine biologist. For a lot of kids, that means swimming with the dolphins. And what I try to make them understand is if you want to help a dolphin, clean up its water. Yeah, so you can actually see that there's stuff living in there, which is a good sign. And you don't have a lot of that mucky stuff, which we'll show you in another location that isn't quite as healthy as this.
Dr. Edith Widder spends her day digging up dirt to clean up Florida's waterways.
Okay, so see how kind of mucky that looks?
Okay, Frank, your lines are free and clear. You got permission to dive.
It's a bit of a second career for a world-renowned marine biologist who feels more comfortable deep beneath the water than above it.
My favorite place to be on the planet is down at about 3,000 feet at the end of a submersible dive, and we turn out the lights, and suddenly you're in this explosion of light. All of these animals that are hitting the sphere that we're sitting in, and it sparkles and flashes and glows, and it's one of those things that I don't think ever really be able to capture with a camera. I feel so privileged to be one of the few human beings on this planet that has ever seen this magnificent light show.
Dr. Widder has taken hundreds of dives into deep-sea submersibles, exploring the darkest regions of the sea. Her specialty, the staggering abundance of ocean creatures who make light.
In many places, it's 80 to 90% is the actual number of animals making light. Everything from the microscopic to shrimp and squid and fish and sharks.
Scientists believe that this ability to make light, called bioluminescence, has evolved in animals separately, perhaps as many as 50 times. It's a remarkable adaptation with a wide array of uses.
Animals converse with each other in this language of light, and we're only just beginning to understand some of it. But for example, there are things like displays that are called burglar alarms. And a burglar alarm is equivalent to a scream for help. If an animal is caught in the clutches of a predator, its only hope for escape may be to attract the attention of something bigger that would be much more interested in eating the big thing that's eating it than its little nothing self.
The burglar alarm response seen here in a jellyfish was actually used by Dr. Widder in one of her most unique projects.
I've got to think that we're scaring all kinds of animals away. And so that was a frustration, and I was always wondering, how can we explore the ocean in ways that we don't scare the animals?
With her unique mix of scientific expertise and a knack for engineering solutions, Dr. Widder developed a stationary underwater camera which sits on the seafloor. She calls the system the Eye in the Sea. The system used a set of 16 LED lights to imitate the bioluminescent jellyfish.
86 seconds after it came on for the very first time, we recorded this amazing squid that was something that nobody had ever seen before, a very bizarre animal that is so new it can't even be put in any known scientific family.
The next generation of the Eye in the Sea, called the Medusa, will soon be dropped into Florida waters to monitor grouper aggregations. Dr. Widder would like to see the Eye in the Sea deployed around the world. She says it could be one of our best opportunities to better understand what happens in the ocean's deepest, darkest regions.
Yeah, this is a hard sandy bottom, which is actually very healthy bottom.
But Dr. Widder is also using bioluminescence to help clean up her beloved waterways.
There's a sediment sample. Good job.
The Indian River Lagoon is considered the nation's most ecologically diverse estuary, but it is under threat from pollution resulting from commercial and residential development.
So we're going to put this in a jar.
Push it right straight up into the jar.
After taking sediment from another spot, it's back to the lab to measure the toxicity of the 2 samples that she collected here.
And so this is our sediment sample fridge. We've got samples from a number of different locations.
In 2005, she started an organization called ORCA in Fort Pierce, Florida, to monitor water quality in threatened places like the Indian River Lagoon.
And so what we're going to do is basically just mix it together at different concentrations with the bioluminescent bacteria.
Bioluminescent bacteria gives an almost immediate reading of how polluted the sediment is. Using a set of sensors she's installed around the lagoon called Kilroys, she can trace the source of the pollution.
And so you can figure out where your hot spots are for the accumulation of different types of pollutants, either toxicity or nitrate or phosphate, whatever it is we're measuring.
She then provides the data to policymakers and agencies who use them to make better informed management decisions.
It's my belief that if we can make pollution visible and let them see how the things they're doing are actually making an improvement in this incredible environment that we have in our own backyard here, then I think it could make a huge difference. I think it could be a game changer, and that's my goal.